welcome to the Parkscope Unprofessional Podcast Hour.
Good evening, Joe.
My name is Joe. I'm hanging in there, man. It's been a day already. Joining me tonight is Lane. Lane, how are you doing?
Experience all of these Roger Moore James Bond movies for the first time, and it's so great.
You've never seen the Roger Moore ones?
Not a lot.
Okay.
Of them. I have a gap of Timothy Dalton and Roger Moore in my James Bond list, and now I get to experience them, and it's all amazing.
Also joining us tonight is Mike. Mike, how are you doing?
Lane and Mike.
Michael and Mike.
Our scoping podcast. Lane and Mike. Lane and Mike.
Parkscope.
Lane and Mike podcast. The Parkscope. We're gonna get so hype and say y'all a lot. I'm good.
What's up, y'all?
That was something. That was
I put in work.
Rendition of the James Bonding podcast theme.
That's
because James Bonding is back, and it brings me happiness.
Okay. Another one of our favorite podcasts, up there with How Did This Get Made, the Giant Bombcast.
A lot of crossover there.
Yeah. Oh, man. Literally. So let's start off the news real quick. We haven't gotten your guys' inputs on Halloween Horror Nights 27 news. So I guess, do you guys just want to talk about the houses and Bill and Ted going away and stuff?
Sad Bill and Ted's going away.
Don't leave us, Lane. Said that Bill and Ted. It's like, no! Oh, man. Oh, Discord, what are we going to do with you?
Discord house for HHN 28.
Oh, God damn it.
All right, so...
It's a B show.
Oh, Lane.
Start over.
They need an A show and they need a B show. And if they take away this A show, they need to give us a new...
Oh, boy.
Lane, you're going in and out quite a bit.
I'm sorry.
Are you on Wi-Fi?
His takes are so high.
I'm on my cell phone on Wi-Fi.
Okay, make sure the app's in the front, so all that jazz. Just making sure.
Okay. App is on the front.
Okay. You see, welcome to Parkscope Tech Help Podcast. Helping you with all your audio communication needs. So, Lane, let's try that again. Third time's the charm.
Okay, it's not going to go wrong now because I know how to do it. I like Bill and Ted a lot. If they replace it, they need a hanging type fun show as their A show because shows are important for theme parks and for horror nights.
Especially for horror nights.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't put as many people through a house or through a ride as you can when you sit about 5,000 people in that Bill and Ted theater.
Okay.
Fear factor. So sad it's going. Maybe we'll use a different theater for something like it next year.
Mm-hmm.
News on that later. And that's my Bill and Ted thoughts. Still do a hanging type show, but call it something else.
Okay. What are your thoughts on the houses?
I'm not hyped for any of the IP houses. They're all a little too scary or dark or out there for me. However, all of...
No, Lane. All the what? All the
small things.
Yeah. Oh. I'm just going to leave this all in. This is just absolutely riveting.
Oh, it's great. Great television.
Great television. Try that again. Okay, take two.
Original houses are going to be great.
Good. Thank you, Lane.
I like Cajun ladies. I like shrimp po' boys. I like fried chicken. I think the scare zones are all going to be very fun.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't looked that much into it. I'll let you know when we come back from it.
Okay, that sounds good. Mike, what are your thoughts?
Super bummed about Bill and Ted, especially not knowing what the future holds as far as another show. And Academy of Villains doesn't really inspire the greatest confidence. And I think it probably would be easier for them just to contract another show out. It seems like that's part of the problem is they're worried about content, but also it's hard to create the content every year. I think it might be a problem. Houses, Blumhouse, I just don't quite understand.
Is it Blum or Bloom?
Blum. I just the Purge being in the house and in a scare zone. I understand why it's in the house, but yeah, just not feeling it. Originals, thumbs up. I'm not as high on Dead Waters as everybody else, I guess, because I live here and I'm just kind of over New Orleans. But I'm sure it'll be awesome. Really big on The Fallen, which many people don't seem to be that big on, which is strange.
I think it's too... they don't have enough information out there. I think that's the thing. It's like, we can imagine the rest of them. This one just sounds too generic and people haven't.
Also, with 9 houses, there's nothing wrong with generic haunted house.
Yeah. But I'm just saying...
Call one the haunted house, even. Like...
Yeah. Sorry, Mike, continue. I just wanted to chime in there with why people may be just, like, confused or whatever.
I'm just not sure, again, back to Blumhouse, I'm not sure why it's just not all Insidious, because it's over half Insidious already, so why not just go all in? I guess because they wanted to showcase more properties from that studio.
Would you say that they should go all Insidious?
Boo.
I'm happy.
Scarecrow, I'm sure it'll be cool aesthetically, and then Hive. That's the one that seems the most abstract to me, so I'm kind of excited about that one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's talk about Scarecrow for a second.
Okay.
That's going to be so scary.
That's going to be Nick's number one scariest house.
Correct, because he doesn't like scarecrows, much like how Mike doesn't like gators and voodoo ladies.
And much how like Jen didn't like Freddy.
Yeah, so scarecrows are scary because they can put 700 scarecrows in a house and 25 of them be actors, and you're not going to really know.
Mm-hmm.
And that's terrifying. That makes for good haunted housing.
Oh, man.
And you just switch, whichever one's which. I guess move that guy to the side.
Okay, well, now I'm terrified.
Scarecrows on scarecrows. Yeah.
Scarecrows
can be tall, too, Joe.
Great.
You can put them on, like, because you can basically crucify a scarecrow. Like, hang it on an 8-foot post and then have some of those come alive. Yeah, it's terrifying. Horror nights, y'all. Horror nights.
Oh, man, I think we have a show title.
Because only your blinky glass can save you.
I guess so, yeah. Anyway, Mike, do you want to continue your thoughts, or are you done?
Scare Zones, I'm a little bit more hype on now that I listened to the interview on the Four Hauntsman podcast with the show director of Scare Zones this year. Altars of Horror, I mean, I understand the purpose of that. Purge, I'm out on. But I have a new sense of excitement for Invasion. I put a lot of effort into it. And excited about Trick or Treat. I really want to watch the movie. Mm-hmm. And Festival of the Deadliest, that's pretty much what this whole event was based upon this year. And I know they've kind of hinted at that in the marketing, and they've said it explicitly in some of the marketing. But I think really A&D really was banking on this being like a really big theme this year. And the way that the show director explained it, is that things look beautiful and fun from afar, but the closer you get to these scare zones and houses, it's like actually grotesque and terrifying.
That's perfect.
Yeah, and like this is the culmination of all of our years of asking for more fear and more death and destruction and evil, and that's what has brought out the Festival of the Deadliest from above ground. And I really think they had big plans for this, and marketing just said, F you.
LOL, we're just going to base it around The Shining and American Horror Story.
But you know, sometimes that happens with movies. It doesn't necessarily affect the content we're going to see once we show up at night.
Right.
It just affects how they get you to the door.
Right.
And now that we're already going, you don't necessarily have to give in to the marketing hype or pay attention to those storylines when you know you can go, oh, no, we're already going, like, I don't have to watch this commercial. Like, last year's commercials were bad, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That probably didn't really affect the event.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a good point about the commercial. The commercial is the exact same thing. From afar, it looks like a fun house party, but the more you investigate, people are getting murdered, and there's vampires and everything else. So that really, yeah.
I'm so excited.
The only ones that don't fit that are the Altars of Horror and Purge, and those are obviously marketing things. But he said, like, Trick or Treat looks like a normal neighborhood dressed up for Halloween, and you get closer, and all these jack-o'-lanterns have crazy faces, and there's people chasing you and killing you. And same thing with Invasion. Like, it looks like a corny little sci-fi thing. But when you get closer, there's alien doctors committing experiments, and there's soldiers. And so it really excited me to hear they're still putting that effort into the event. You just maybe not get to see it because they don't get to talk about it.
Or in a world where they had one IP house and 7 original houses, now that's 5 and 4 or 6 and 3 or whatever. that all their original houses now are just in the streets.
Yeah.
All your favorites from 10 years ago are now, no, that's Invasion. But I think that's better because then you don't have to wait in a 2-hour line and walk through it. You can sit in it for an hour.
Yeah.
You just be shoulder to shoulder walking through San Francisco.
Yeah, you're already there.
But I'm so glad that Universal allowed them to interview this guy because he's a younger, or I guess he might not be young, but he's newer to the team, and seems like he has really a lot of good ideas and respect for the event. And I'm just really excited about this year and the future, that people still care.
It's good that when the torch has been half passed, everybody's still hyped, or they grew up going, no, this is gonna be fun. When I get my hands on it, it's gonna be fun.
But it's like to hear that the Festival of the Deadliest was tied into, HHN 20 with Fear and all. It's like it really just got me excited. And I know none of that stuff really matters, but I guess it does matter to us or the people who've been going forever.
It matters when you go 3 nights a year, and the other 350 days you're just kind of wishing you were at Horror Nights.
Yeah.
So if they put that backstory and you can think about it, and I think that's what makes lifelong fans of this event.
And it really bums me out that all that work was put into that concept, right, at a high level. And a lot of it just gets stuck in the filing cabinet or shredded and thrown away when you have a stupid countdown to a sweepstakes, when you could have had the sweepstakes and revealed what your theme was this year, which is the Festival of the Deadliest. And go more into it.
Or almost like, man, save some of that marketing money and make a 20-minute YouTube video movie for, the background to it.
Which they've done before.
Right. And hey, that Eli Roth commercial was great.
I thought that was
That's
cool.
a really good commercial. I really like that commercial.
But again, he's a fan of Horror Nights, and he wanted to make this commercial, and they were like, hell yeah. And I guess they respect him enough to kind of do his thing.
Mm-hmm.
And really came out great.
So now we just need Josh Wheaton to come out and say, I like Horror Nights.
Oh goodness. Trigger warning.
Hey, you're Star Wars 9 director, ladies and gentlemen. Buffy, Avengers.
Batgirl.
Yeah. It's Star Wars 9 is going to be just Dr. Horrible on loop.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
It's not the worst.
Yeah, better than
Y'all.
or whatever. Yeah.
Episode 8 is gonna be so great. I can't wait.
Is it?
I'm so glad that they have shown restraint with this, with these films, and not giving everything away like other big films do in trailers. Like, we're all going to see it anyway, so I'm glad they're just kind of keeping everything under wraps as much as they can. I'm sure if you went deep dark Reddit, you could find the whole plot, but I'm glad that the rest of us are kind of in the dark.
That's coming out this year.
Yeah, December, bro.
Yeah, I'm just like, wow, that is coming out this year.
It's like practically next month.
Yeah,
you have to wait for homoerotic Thor's got to come out first.
Yeah, Thor of the Galaxy, Volume 3.
Yep,
awesome mixtape.
Yep. Oh, speaking of guys, not you two, but maybe everyone else, go try to find the clip of
Fine then, I won't.
Of Thor playing with action figures, knocking all these people over. He's like, "Screw you, Russo brothers! I'm not in this movie. I'm not in this movie either. Hulk's cool. He can hang out with me." It's a good little clip.
Cute.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. I won't look into it because you told me not to, so I'm not going to.
Yeah. It's not even funny.
I blocked it on my phone.
Yeah, I'm just whatever. God, I'm not gonna see it.
What else are we talking about tonight?
So guess what closed? Dueling Dragons.
Oh, I have something else to talk about.
And nobody cared.
Yeah, nobody.
Except for like a few coaster heads on IU. Like everybody's kind of like, oh, that was we liked it once upon a time and it was fun, but we're excited about the future.
The official Coaster Boy opinion on all that was they neutered it 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Or 7 years ago, and then when it doesn't duel, it's just like, okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
And there better be an inverteds in the world.
That's very true.
Although that was probably the best one from when it opened until they opened Raptor.
Excuse me?
That was probably the best B&M invert until they opened, until like the mid-2000s, right?
Banshee, I think you mean?
No, I'm not talking about Banshee. Because it was already bad before they opened Banshee.
Yeah, but Raptor was built in 94, bro.
Okay.
Okay,
So
that was 5 years before Dueling Dragons came out.
I'm
The
saying
more you
it
learn.
was real good.
Okay,
It was real good for a while in there.
Listen,
it was really good.
You never got off of it as like, man, I really hated that. You always like, that was fun.
Yeah.
It was a pain in the ass to ride.
That was my biggest complaint, is that it's just such a pain.
And you'd like walk a mile and a half through the queue.
Mm-hmm.
There was really nothing to look at anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, everybody kind of understands why it's gone, and it really and truly, as people are starting to acknowledge, most people, is that Orlando's just not really the market for it.
Unless it's all that.
Yeah.
Unless it's all that, but that's proved to not be what anyone wants to do, except for maybe SeaWorld in 10 years.
And it's like, they're not trying to compete with Disney. The market is families come to Orlando for vacation. And there are different variations of family, as Universal's tapped into. Most families have kids that are above 10. And they love Harry Potter.
Yeah, or 7 or 8 that'll come for an IP. That's how you're getting people to Orlando is, I want to go to this park, or I want to go to see this thing, and those are all IP based.
Yeah, like I'm sure there's some crossover of coaster heads and Nintendo players, but most Nintendo people that they're marketing towards are families, and that's where we're getting Mario Kart and Yoshi and Donkey Kong and other things that are coming in 2019 maybe.
I think the Nintendo move is just for purely second generation kids.
Right.
It's for the guys our age and the guys 10 to 15 years older to take their families down. It's a cool spot that they're picking out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That we want 40-year-olds to go, no, that's cool as shit, and I'm not a grown adult, and I can go here and play Donkey Kong, and that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Because our generation really didn't grow up.
It's kind of like the 80s, 90s kids version of Star Wars.
Yes. But we didn't have Star Wars figurines. We had Super Nintendos. We had N64s.
Game Boys.
We had Game Boys. Oh, my goodness.
We had Pokemon. Lane, did we lose you again?
Joe, quit mentioning all the times you lose me because my phone goes dormant.
Okay, there we go. So, yeah, Dueling Dragons, we miss you, but also at the same time, we missed you a long time ago because you haven't been the same in a long time.
It closed early due to rain.
Yeah, that was really funny.
There was like 5 people there watching.
Yeah.
There were more people dressed up as Bill Paxton at the Twister finale.
Yeah, there were. Oh, boy. Ugh, Dueling Dragons. Anyway.
Even though Sean was a hater.
Slap that wood!
I was watching the Falcons at Fence.
Yeah, you were. I forgot about that.
I was at Fence from like noon to 7 that day.
You were
an
so
impressive
drunk.
amount of time.
You were so drunk that day.
We all were so drunk that day. We all were. What are you talking about?
Speak
again,
fast, drunk as Lane.
Oh boy.
Last thing. What we got?
Wait, last thing.
We got 2 last things.
I can't
actually
pull the thing up.
Well,
because I can only have one app running.
I would say I'd say last
Joe.
thing, because then we can segue into possibly another thing that's also closing. But today, Universal was supposed to like officially announce with like a nice blog post and everything.
And they had their website set to update anyway.
Yeah, and they realized, oops, there's a hurricane. Let's just quietly announce it. T2 is going to be closing on October 8th to be replaced with an all-new action-packed attraction from a something Universal license.
Action-packed.
Yeah. A live action from an action-packed Universal franchise, I think is what they used.
Oh, I'm so curious.
Yeah. So we heard about, well, quickly, Lane, we heard about something with T2 maybe about 2-3 months ago, and we're like, okay, we're going to put this in the back of our heads, and then it just seems like things accelerated real quick on this project, and that's what makes things really interesting. Anyway, Lane?
Do you think if the hurricane didn't hit today, they were going to announce what they were doing, or just announce it's closed?
They're going to do
just
this
that it was closed.
Dragon's Challenge thing. Come out, Hasta La Vista, baby, T2 3D closing October 8th, and it'd be like a nice little write-up with maybe some facts, and that's about it. And then they would say, coming soon, like they did with the Potter coaster. It's like, coming, future attraction coming soon, blah, 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 that kind of stuff. So,
But they said it was going to be a Harry Potter motorbike coaster.
No.
no, they never said that. No.
I thought I read
said-
that.
No, it's probably not even going to be that anyways, so...
Well, then we're blaming Brian for everything.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Yeah.
What about Jonathan Green?
Jonathan Green is probably just being nice somewhere, worried about grab and goes. I hate to-go sandwiches!
That was your worst Jonathan Green impersonation ever.
I've never met the guy. I just know he hated to-go sandwiches.
I'm going to text him.
And I don't see a problem with that.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Food bags.
Food to go. So, T2 closing.
Girl, bye.
I like T2, but man, that attraction seemed better days also.
You like it more than the average person, and you'd probably give it a 6 out of 10.
I think I would give it like a solid 3.5 to 4 stars, but most of that is
Well, that's a whole different scale.
well, yeah, I know.
Is that kind of the same thing?
No.
3.5 to
Yeah.
Yeah, a 7.
Plus.
2.5
7,
stars is a 7.
7, yeah, a 7 out of 10 I'd give it, and most of that I would say is Kimberly Duncan.
Yeah, and then the rest of it's you want to fall asleep.
Yeah,
Which isn't bad.
Well, Kimberly
Yes.
Duncan, the joke about him being his old roommate, college roommate, and then the lots of fog at the end. So it's just I don't know. There's that. So
Y'all made me ride it last time I was down there. And it
Yeah.
was very nice. I was
think-
impressed by it.
Something sad. It's one of those throwback attractions that's kind of going away all over the place now, and
Mhm.
that's kind of sad.
But when everything's a studio park, you got new stuff every 20 years. And
Yeah.
now we live in a world where every park is a studio park.
yeah,
I was thinking about this today, cutting the grass. In a post-Star Tours world, since Star Tours, everything open has been a studios park. And
Yeah.
you can say Animal Kingdom wasn't, and you can say DCA wasn't, but Animal Kingdom,
or Islands of Adventure.
Okay, DCA is a studio park.
the DCA is now a studio park.
No, it always
Islands of
was.
Adventure is now a studio park.
No.
Joe, you can't
All
say
right.
DCA
I
wasn't a
can't.
studio park because
Yes, it was.
Because it was.
DCA was partially a studio park, but Islands of Adventure, no.
Islands of Adventure was mostly studio stuff.
No, Island
You were
was
in Spider-Man. You were in Popeye.
Spider-Man was a comic book then. It wasn't a movie.
Okay. I'm counting that.
This is a bad take.
Okay, Lane. Okay. We're going to drop this. And we are moving on.
Oh, man. Another sad one.
Another sad one, Liz. Yeah, so do you guys want to do your James Bonding stuff right now with T2 replacement, or what?
All right, so fam, James Bond 25 has been greenlit, and
Yep.
but they don't have a distributor yet. And previously, it was Sony. Remember that big old hacking scandal a couple years ago, and they leaked the
And
whole
a
script?
lot of Sony laptops.
Yes, yeah. So there are studios vying to get James Bond because this is a pretty punch and guarantee
$1 billion.
profit every time. Yeah. And Daniel Craig is back, hype,
One more movie.
at least. And probably going to do On Her Majesty's Secret Service again, which is cool.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I heard that one too. That was oh my god.
So if you're really attached to Leia Seydoux, I'm sorry, because she's probably going to die.
Immediately.
Yep. Oh, he killed her so quickly. But then he gets to go on a rampage.
Yes, just like Archer.
It's going to be... They just need to do the Archer comic where he goes attacks the Irish mobsters for cancer drugs.
Because Daniel Craig is best when he's rampaging. Let's be honest.
Rampage! That's why he gets hurt from all the rampage.
I want John H. Benjamin to be in this James Bond movie, just as some
I want-
schlub, and he's just
John H. Benjamin to be the next James Bond.
Oh, stop.
he would go through God, what's his name? Chris Pratt level transformation in body,
Hopefully
in
his
body
voice
fat.
does not change.
No, his voice won't change. He'll still sound like Archer or Bob from Bob's Burgers.
Or the can from Wet Hot American Summer. I need you to put those three together.
Oh, God. Oh, Mitch.
What else has John H. Benjamin done? I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, Mike, continue.
So
or
there's
Lane.
So did I say the
There's
Bond
a
25 is
chance
coming out in
that-
2019?
That this is going to be a Bond ride, y'all. And by that, I mean, give me the best, coolest interactive queue ever. I want to throw my hat on a hat rack. I want to shoot a fake gun.
What about the padded double doors?
I'm going to have padded doors. We're going to have M's office we have to go check in at.
With all the wood
And
paneling
then
and scotch?
Put me in a... Oh, my goodness,
M's going to come.
bar.
It's going to be a Musion technology with M.
Yep, and then they introduce it.
Voldemort.
Or just have...
The second Ray Fiennes attraction at Universal.
Yeah, we're just going to have Ray Fiennes in every ride.
Yes.
He's probably in The Simpsons. There's a chance that we can do an interactive queue and a movie experience, just like call up Judi Dench and get her to host Bond through the years and have that.
Yeah. But Mike, you were saying they're going to be distributing this in 2019.
Yes, which is what they said. This new attraction is going to open. And so the studios going forward are Warner Brothers, which would also be good for Universal. Universal Pictures, which would be great for Universal. Apple, not so much. Amazon, that's weird.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure some others are, but really and truly, I think it's between Warner Brothers and Universal. And either way, you got to step in the door there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to make a promise on live here on the Parkscopes. I will be opening weekend wearing a tuxedo. Michael, I encourage you to join me. I know
Yes.
you have a white blazer, and we can get red carnations, and we can drink our brown liquor like grown men and watch the James Bond show.
Sounds
It's basically the best.
the best.
Basically the best thing that we've ever heard of.
We've been waiting for this for 20 years since House of Dark came out.
Remember, though, I've been on License to Thrill at King's Dominion. And
It's not fair.
that was an experience because the end of the ride, like he hooks up with the girl and she's like, "Oh, James," and then like the ride vehicle seats, because like those motion simulators that seat two people, they like seductively like go back down to their main position, and it's just like, wow,
That's a total Roger Moore move.
yeah. And this is like when they had Judi Dench, but they didn't get Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah, because he was a serious actor back then. Now he'd be like, "Sign me up, folks. Let's do it. I'm ready."
I can
Speaking
sing
of-
it, Mamma Mia.
In fact, I would have let Pierce Brosnan do the James Bond show still. Hot take.
Speaking of, he's in
He'd
a
be
new
a
movie
great
with
old
Jackie
James Bond.
Chan,
Yes.
and it's directed by the James Bond guy, and
Yes.
it's great.
Yeah, Martin Campbell's the best, except for Green Lantern.
Except for Green Lantern. His resume is glorious with this one green mark on it.
Large green mark. So
Now, not as exciting would be Jason Bourne, which would still probably be a fun attraction, just like hype level goes like way down.
So I have face blindness for the actor that plays Jason Bourne and Mark Wahlberg.
mm-hmm.
So I can't tell which one's which.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon and Mal Wahlberg, yeah, because of stupid Boston. I have face
You
blindness for
played
him.
Boston.
Yes.
I can
Sorry,
play Boston
WWE
for
Vacationer.
everything for a long time, Joseph.
Oh boy.
They're pretty much the worst. It's okay.
Mark Wahlberg gave the speech at the Patriots ring ceremony tonight.
Really?
Yeah, not that I have cable or care to watch a New England Patriots game for this year, but he gave like a 4-minute speech. It was apparently crazy. Pop culture on the Parkscopes. Either way, a Bourne movie would be okay, but Bourne's not James Bond because Bourne isn't silly.
And the last Bourne movie tanked.
Mm-hmm.
But James Bond would just be so much fun. And I think even if it's Warner Brothers, they still got to go for it.
In like Wizarding World, you can get trickle-down stuff. You can put a convention there. You can sell merch everywhere because you're going to want this James Bond thing or this James Bond toy or something. It's a legitimate worldwide phenomenon that hasn't gone anywhere. People talk about Star Wars. James Bond's 15 years older than Star Wars.
Yeah.
He's been cool since early 60s.
They already have a mixed drink ready to go, a themed beverage.
Yes. And also...
Oh my God, Vesper slushies.
Now, there are rumors that they kind of want to do a Bond cinematic universe, which I'm not excited about, but that would also help their cause.
Yeah, although Jinx movie
Stop.
is a bad idea.
That's why it didn't happen.
Don't do a Bond cinematic universe.
Yes.
Unless you're doing the Star Wars thing and giving me a movie every summer, one on story and one in history. Also, the next set of James Bond movies should be period pieces anyways.
Yes.
Fight me.
I won't fight you.
We're out of good villains. You know where all the good villains are? 1964.
Tarantino wants to do it.
Oh, my goodness. I will crowdfund that right now.
I thought Tarantino wants to do a movie based on Marilyn Manson. Charles Manson, sorry.
Yeah,
Charles
he
Manson.
is, but he also wanted to do Casino Royale. He wanted to do Casino Royale as a period piece.
Damn. Oh, my God. That would have been
good.
Just do it anyways.
That would have been real good. Shit.
Then it doesn't break the story because you're just making the same movie again. The same as doing Her Majesty's Secret Service over.
But it would be so different because it's
except without the parkour.
Tarantino. Yeah.
Oh my God, Casino Royale is so much parkour.
But the ball slapping scene would be even worse.
He wouldn't show anything. It would just be cutaways to like the rafters.
It would be all shadow puppet.
Mm-hmm.
Let's bring it back to theme parks. Shadow puppet, Alien at the End of Men in Black, Universal Studios Florida.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Great movie ride closed also.
Oh.
Yep, that's fine. It happened. Jim Hill did a show on the attraction going in it today.
On stupid Bandcamp. Nobody can read it there. Watch it there.
I paid $3 a month for it, but I fell asleep during it. So next week I'll have an update.
I got an email about it, but I didn't listen to it today because I was busy. So I'll listen to it tomorrow.
I wonder if it's actually about that or if it's about something else like the rest of the shows. Like it's a Fantasmic Part 3, and it's all about Beach 23.
Mike, I listened to 30 minutes of this, and he didn't get to the content. So that's why I fell asleep.
Oh, man.
Not bad. Love you guys, Jim and Lynn. We appreciate what you do.
Yes, and so does what's-his-face?
Paul Scheer. Also a fan.
Oh, Paul Scheer being a fan, man, that's weird.
He's a bigly fan.
That's
the
weird.
writer of the Galaxy Quest series. Okay. Anything else?
Shrek, maybe closing?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's already half closed.
Yeah. Just close the rest of the way.
Again, our stance on Shrek for 3 years now has been watch it on Netflix, on your phone, in the queue for something else.
But for 3 years, it's also been a Horror Nights house, which has made me happy.
That Alice House was so fun.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
My fondest memory was from the Alice House queue.
And Krampus was fun, too.
Because that was...
we saw.
That was one of the few houses we could get you and Ashley on, Lane.
Yeah, we did it as a family, and I loved it.
Yeah.
I'm calling. I think it's time to go to bed.
Yes.
I'm getting tired, too, man.
Do you want to half close us out, Joseph?
I'll half close it out. Well, actually, no, you guys do it first, and I close it out.
All right, I can handle this.
Yeah, Lane, where can we find you at?
I'm at Parkscope, Lane. You're all parkscope.net. Read Jeff's articles, and Alan does some stuff, and
YouTube channel thing.
There's a YouTube channel.
Our
Jeff's
live
a good guy. He likes Krispy Kreme donuts.
What?
Joe's got some stuff going on. We'll be at Horror Nights 2 separate weekends this year. That's going to be fun. Pray for rain and hurricane victims. That's a real big deal.
Oh, we should
stay in all of this. If you feel like donating things, donate things down there. Donate to the Red Cross, and honestly, donate to stuff in your hometown because that's important too. Joe's Parkscope. Joe, Mike, you don't need to find Michael. Hit us with those fabulous words.
Well,
now leaving Nerdist.com.
Well, hold on one second. Let's just say that Nick is evacuating because the hurricane's going to be hitting.
He's going to be safe.
He'll be safe and sound.
Needs to stay safe.
We don't know when he'll be on the show again, but hopefully soon. But just giving everyone a heads up that he's going to be safe. So anyway, now we can close out. You did a beautiful job, Lane.
Michael.
Love everybody. Hit everything.
Congaloosh.
Nerdist.com.
There we go. Enjoy your burrito.
You're going to get sued.